Heidi ho, and how do you do? Happy Tuesday evening to you. I'm the Penguin.
I'm the Chef.
And welcome to our house.
Today we're going to do a unboxing, a review, and a recipe with our new Cuisinart Griddler series, Griddler.
Yep.
So let's get this unboxed and show you what we got.
Okay guys, we're back.
And this is the back side of the box before I take it out. I just wanted to show you what it came with. It has a reversible plate for both sides there. It's got a flat plate and a griddle plate. It says contact grill and panini press. You can use it as both sides as a full grill or a full griddle, or you can do half and half. And it comes with a cleaning scraping tool, an integrated grip tray, base shown with...
That's the whole unit with the plates inserted.
Yeah. So I'm going to get it out of the box and we'll show you what it looks like. As you remember, we found this a week after we found our new Vortex 7-in-1 air fryer oven at our local Walmart we shop at a lot over in Robinson, and I believe it was $50. The air fryer was $60 and this is $50. There's one of the two plates there.
I like it that they're removable because it makes cleaning easy for me. I don't like the ones like the old Foreman grills where you can't remove the plates.
Right.
So that makes cleaning kind of hard sometimes,
okay,
bulky.
You gotta press down on those to get the second plate loose. You can see flat griddle plate. And there's the heat element.
I have to wash them too.
Yeah, they still gotta be washed. I'm just putting it back together for the moment. Yes. Yeah, there you go.
Pretty cool.
That way it comes down for your panini. Now it says on the front you can adjust the temperature here. It goes from 200 to, what is it, 425?
Yeah, 425.
Goes over to 425. Now that, I'll tell you right now, that's one thing I don't like. The knobs are plastic and not metal. I like metal knobs.
And the selector, it says grill, panini, or griddle on the selector side. And then the temperature for the grill panini, it gives you a warm, low, medium, high, and sear, which I like that sear feature because that's great for a steak when you're cooking a steak.
So what you do is you figure out what you're doing, and then you can set it to what you want.
Oh, and over here on the side, this is pretty cool. This has your little removable drip tray.
Yeah, and it came with the cleaning tool, like it said, so you can run it between there. Now it says you can cook on both sides at once, so I don't know how you lock that back to do that yet. I'm going to have to read the instructions. Is there something over on that side?
I think maybe if you push on the handles, there's a button on the side right here that allows you to lower it all the way, maybe.
Yeah, you're right. You push up on it and it lowers it. And there you go. Now your handle became a leg. So now
that's awesome.
And now you got a double size surface you can cook on.
Well, I only have one issue with it. If let's just say you're grilling burgers over here, right? You understand? You follow me? You're grilling burgers over here. Where's the grease gonna go? Because your drip tray is way over there.
No, actually, I can see the drip tray sitting underneath of this.
Oh, is it? Okay.
And the only drain spot's right there. You see, there's an edge all along here.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah, that's why that's shaped.
All right. I just don't want grease flying everywhere. That's part of a review, right?
Yeah, that's why it's shaped like that. It'll just drip to that one spot.
Okay, I get you. That's good.
Because we are going to use both spots of this for our recipe we're going to make tonight. We're going to make Philly cheesesteak paninis. Now, I've made paninis in the past before. You're going to hand me my...
Yeah, this is our panini press.
Years ago, I seen a guy from Cuba who was a professional baseball player. And at one of the Major League Diamonds, he sells paninis, Cubans. And being poor, when he was a kid and stuff, this is how he did it. He just wrapped a brick. The bad thing about doing it that way is you're only cooking one side at a time instead of both sides like a panini's actually supposed to be cooked. It works. Don't get me wrong, but I'm always, by the time the one side gets brown and you flip it, really it doesn't, what's inside is already hot and melted and you don't really need to flip it. I've always wanted to be able to cook an actual panini the way they're supposed to be. So this was more kind of I wanted it kind of thing. So I can unwrap my brick and put it back outside now.
But if you don't have a panini press at home,
oh yeah,
wrap you a good brick up in aluminum foil and get your grill pan. Like we have a cast iron grill pan that's just, you know, if we wanted to grill have a steak with grill marks that we could cook on the stove with. Right. But we don't use it, but that's what we did use before for the paninis, just to get the marks. But
yeah, now this isn't like a standard size house brick. This is like a decorative brick that you use around in a garden or whatever, around the
smaller brick.
A smaller brick, yeah, it's not as thick, you see, but it's plenty heavy. It probably weighs about 3 or 4 pounds. Don't want much more weight than that pressing down on your sandwich. So let's get these plates washed. I'll show you what we're going to cut up and cook, and we'll get on with the video. Okay, I got the plates all washed and put back in the machine there. Like I said, we're going to do a recipe tonight. It's our version of a Philly cheesesteak panini. And I've made these a couple times before with my brick. So if you, like we said, if you don't have a panini press, that's fine. You don't even have to have the griddle marks. You can just do it in a flat iron skillet if you like. It tastes pretty much the same, however you turn out. But
yeah.
What you're going to need is some French bread. Oil of your choice. I got some mixed soybean olive oil. That's what I like using. I got a few bell peppers out of my garden. I'm going to show you guys this when I had one just start blooming here and growing. It's got like 4 of these on it. I've never seen a wax colored green like that bell pepper before in my life. That's like the color of a wax pepper or a
like a wax bean or something.
Yeah, or a Hungarian hot peppers are about that color, but I've never seen a bell pepper that color before. But I got a green pepper, a yellow pepper, red pepper. Completely your choice. The star of the show, of course, a steak. This is one I had frozen. It only cost me $2.99 at a Ruler Food. It's ribeye. Ribeye is the steak you want to use. You can use any kind of steak you like, but ribeye is what you're really supposed to use for a Philly cheesesteak. And a lot of people use Cheese Whiz. That's like common, or provolone cheese. We like provolone, but they didn't have any this time. I got some thin sliced Colby Monterey Jack we're going to put on them.
No, because the cheese aisle was a little bit bare this time.
Yeah. And I got some Italian, and it's the last bag they actually had of the Italian at our local Save-A-Lot.
But it's got provolone in it.
Yeah, it's got provolone, Parmesan, Romano, and Asiago cheese that's shredded. So we're going to put some of that on our paninis too. And while I'm talking about our local Save-A-Lot, I always tell you about how much you can save on steaks if you check out your local Save-A-Lots and see what kind of meat they got. She'll insert a picture right here, but I bought 4 steaks the other day. 3 nice T-bones that are almost a pound a piece. It was $24. A lot cheaper than those steaks we showed you over at Walmart.
I'll insert it right here. And if you guys remember, we had the steaks I showed you guys at Walmart about, I don't know, 3 weeks to a month ago, where they wanted $65 for 3 steaks. The same, pretty much the same size.
Right. So these are T-bones, and those were ribeyes. And then I picked up a smaller T-bone steak that they had marked down that was dated for $4.51. It was about a 9-ounce T-bone. But I got those all sealed up and in the freezer, marinating, so I can take them out at a later date and eat them. And then my seasonings, and of course, like we always say, make it our way once. If you don't have the seasonings we got, you can substitute. This is the way I like them. So you can mix it up however you want. I use a little garlic and onion powder. You always guys know that we use garlic and onion powder. I found this new Kinder marked down. This is Buttery Steakhouse, and it's got a good flavor. You just got to watch. It's got salt, so you don't want to put too much on it. It'll be too salty. Same goes for this. I got this at our local Dollar Tree. It's Kingsford Lemon Pepper. But those are the flavors I like to have on steak. Lemon pepper, butter, garlic, and onion. So let me get all this stuff cut up, and we'll turn the new griddle on and get it all cooking. Okay, guys, I forgot the onion, which you can see I got cut up there. It's a whole medium onion. I julienned all that. I cut up the meat real fine, and I saved all my fat. I'm going to use that fat to season this grill with. That way you're getting more beef flavor. This is one of the things that was a 1-person steak, but I'm going to divide it out on the sandwiches for 2 or 3 sandwiches. With the way prices are now, it's a good knowing how to take a steak and turn it into more than one thing. That way your family can share it and everybody feels like they got some steak. I have some other recipes like this too. So, well, we're going to get this set. We're going to turn this to this side. This side's this, and we're going to turn our heat up to about 325 degrees or so. Let's see if this heats up. So I'm going to take just a little bit of my oil, and I'm going to go around this. Just a little bit of EVOO. And then, like I said, I save all the steak fat, and I'm going to lay that steak fat on there. And I've already rotated this around a couple of times. I'm going to let it go for just a few more minutes, but I've been taking it and doing this and maneuvering it around the grill plate, trying to get some of that grease out of there to use to season the steak meat and the peppers and the onions with. Like I said, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. I do it because I think it adds more flavor. You can just put oil on it, you can put butter on it, whatever you guys want to do. I get these seared off and get them off of there, and then I'm going to get my peppers and onions going on one side, and I'm going to get my steak going and put the seasoning on the other side. When I do, I'll bring you back. Okay, we're back, guys. I got that off of there. Now I'm going to get started on the rest of my fixings for our steak. We're going to get our onions on there. Turn that heat up just a little bit. Get it closer to 400 degrees. Don't know actually how much you can put on this. Like I said, I've never actually cooked on one of these things before. I'm hoping to be able to get everything on there at one time, but I don't know if we're going to have enough room. There's the majority of the peppers. And there's the majority of the onion. And like I said, I got a couple, 3 other recipes to stretch your budget on steak. Everybody likes steak, or I do. Around here it's easy because she's not that big into eating a steak like I am, so if I have a steak, she has something else. Every great once in a while she'll have a steak.
Yeah.
But not very often. Me, I could eat steak a couple, 3 times a week, but of course with the price of steak, that's not going to happen.
I only like steak if you make it.
Yeah, she doesn't
I don't like steak out somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, there, we're back. You see, they've reduced down some now. I don't have this part turned on, but I did pull it down on top of it, actually, and it helps sear them up a little faster. So now we're going to get our steak meat on there. Go back and add just a little bit more oil. I've got it turned to pretty close to 400. Turn it down just a hair. Let's get our steak meat on there. So I want all those flavors to blend together and marry. I've never actually had a real Philly cheesesteak. I mean, I've had them at restaurants around here, but I've never actually had an actual one from Philadelphia or New Jersey or anywhere where they are famous for. I'd like to try that someday, of course. Smells real good so far, I know that. Add a little bit of lemon pepper, just real lightly on the lemon pepper. Like I said, there's a little salt in it, so I don't want to overpower anything. And then here's that tender, buttery steakhouse rub. Like I said, it's really good. Just a little bit of it. I don't want to put too much of anything on there. Make it too salty. And then good old garlic powder. A little bit of that over on the peppers and onions. And onion powder, which we're pretty close to out of. Gotta get some more. And there's some onion powder on everything. A little bit of that over there. Starting to smell really, really good in here. Take my little spatula here and press this stuff apart. Oh, look, he's jumped ship. So this is what I did earlier off camera. Like I said, I just went ahead and put the flat top down on top of it. I don't have the heat turned on the top. Like I said, I could have did that in hindsight. I probably will the next time I use this way. That way it'll cook faster and more evenly than cooking it on one side and having to flip it over. Like I said, I got a couple other recipes how to stretch your budget on steak. If anybody's interested, just leave a comment in the comment box about it. I'm going to let this cook for about 2 minutes. I'm going to raise it up and I'll bring you back and flip the steak over. Okay, it's been about 2 minutes and you see the nice grill marks. Even though I don't have any heat turned onto that, it's still leaving grill marks. Get the steak broken apart because I kind of pressed it together in some spots. Get some of it turned over. I know one of my favorite recipes we do that you only have to have one person's worth of steak, but you have enough you can feed 3 or 4 on is my steak fried rice. It's got onions and mushrooms. You put mushrooms in it. It's just really good steak fried rice. It's really easy to make. And most of the meat turned over. Let's see what I can do with these peppers and onions here. Put them over that way. Slide them back. Flip them again. Flip them again. Slide them back. How's it smelling in here, you think?
Smells real good. Very good.
Oop, that one trying to jump ship.
Sorry guys, I'm working on a decluttering organization project, so.
A little more garlic powder. Not too much, just a little bit. A little more onion powder. And I say when I bring you back, all this will probably be ready and we'll get it off of there and clean that plate up and we'll get to making our panini. Now earlier, before we started cooking any of this stuff, I made a little bit of A1 aioli is what I call it, to put on the inside of our panini. It's A1 sauce. She'll insert the clip here. Okay, for our Philly cheesesteak paninis, we're gonna need a little bit of some kind of aioli sauce to put on the inside. Now of course you put butter on the outside of the panini. On the inside, gotta have some kind of sauce. So this is what we come up with. I'm gonna mix a little bit of Miracle Whip. We use the Walmart brand with a little bit of regular A1, some blackening seasoning, a little garlic powder, and a little onion powder. I'm going to get that stirred up in there and we'll show you what it looks like and get it in the refrigerator to get cold. And there you go. That's about a tablespoon of A1, a couple tablespoons of Miracle Whip, and about half a teaspoon of all the seasonings. And we taste tested it and it tastes pretty good. Like I said, this is going on the inside of our sandwiches. And then, of course, butter will go on the outside of our paninis. And we'll be right back. Okay, there you go. I got all the peppers and onions and all the steak done. I'm going to get that off and put on this plate. We'll get that bottom plate cleaned up. And I'll get to making that panini for you. Okay, I got that off of the griddle right there. It's cooling down so I can clean it. And there's what we have. All those nice peppers and onions. And that delicious piece of ribeye steak. I'm going to get my bread sliced up and that cleaned up. And we'll be back. Okay, we're back. And you see I've got all my French bread cut up. I decided to do it this way instead of like baguette to just make them a little thinner. I think I can get 4 of them with what we got. It'd be 2 smaller sandwiches a piece. But what we're going to do is we're going to lightly spread a little butter on the outside. And we're going to get 4 of them up on our griddle. I better go ahead and turn that on too. So turn it on both sides. We're going to set the heat probably, I don't know, about 350 on the bottom. And turn the other side on. Hard to see sitting here, to about just a little bit above medium. So I'm going to get a bottom there. And a bottom there. And a bottom there. And a bottom there. And I'm going in with this steak sauce aioli I make.
What you doing, Sandy?
Don't have to go real heavy. It's got quite a bit of flavor having A1 in it.
You smell what Daddy's cooking? Smell good? Hmm? Sandy's a hovering.
Is she?
She's like Jaws. She smells it.
Yeah.
Don't you, Sandy? See, I can't help it, Mom. It smells good. See, my daddy's a good cook.
We get that half done there. Okay, there we go. Now to start assembling our sandwiches. First I have this thin slice. It's thin sliced Colby Jack cheese. And like I said, I like putting a little cheddar or Colby or something on these sandwiches. I don't like people use cheese whiz, and one day I'll try it that way if I ever make it to a place that has them. But we're going to take in, break just a little bit off of these because they're just a little bit big for the piece of bread. And get them laid on there like so. They're thin and they're kind of hard to work with. But we'll do what we got to do here. That one. Nice piece on that one. Okay. Now, let's get our peppers and onions and our steak on these. I like putting a lot on there, so some falls off on the sides, it falls off onto the sides. My plate turned around here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go in with the fingers on the steak and make it a little easier. And here's my shredded cheese. Put a nice bit right in the middle of each one. Okay, now we got cheese on the bottom, we got cheese on the top. I've already got this side of the bread buttered, which you watched me do. So we're going to pick these up one at a time. We're going to get our A1 aioli I made, and we're going to put some of that on each piece. Yeah, I see the bottom starting to bubble just a little bit, so we're going to take our press, and hopefully I got this all in the right spot, and press it down. I don't know how long it's going to take doing it this way, so I'm going to leave it sitting on there for a couple minutes and raise it up and check it, and I'll be back. Okay guys, it's been on about 4 minutes. I ended up turning the heat to almost sear at the top, because it didn't seem like it was cooking them that good, and you see here now it's starting to get some good sear marks on it. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes, and I'm going to pull them off and we'll plate them up for you. Okay guys, there you go. You can see those are a little messy, but nice grill marks on them.
Smell good.
They smell really good. I'm a messy cook anyway, so let me get these off of here and get them put on something and plate it up for you, and we'll show you what they look like then. There you go guys, there's what's for dinner like we always say. Grilled steak, Philly cheesesteak paninis, and french fries. I just got done making on our new Cuisinart Griddler. I'm gonna give the Griddler an 8 out of 10. It takes just a little bit more to heat up than what I would like. And it's got those plastic knobs on the front, and plastic knobs always end up breaking one way or the other. They come loose, they break. That's what my review would be. I'd say an 8 out of 10 on it. Does a pretty good job.
Yum, yum, yum.
There's my recipe
Ooh,
for my...
hot.
Yeah, it just came off and I just got it sliced. My Philly cheesesteak grilled paninis. Like I said, it's the first time I've ever made a real panini with a panini press. Never have made one except with just a brick, so... Oh, that's not hot.
It was hot to me.
I'm going to take a nibble just to see here.
Got a nice crisp.
Yeah.
Very crispy.
It did. It got a nice crisp on it. Really melted the cheese good.
Woo. Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Like
Very
that?
good.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, we made some air fried fries in our rotator basket on our Vortex over there.
Woo.
That we're going to have with it. So
Mm-hmm.
that's our unboxing, review, test, and recipe all in one. So we're going to sit and finish eating our dinner tonight, and she'll get this put up on video as soon as she can. So I guess we'll see you guys later. Have a good night, guys.
Bye, guys.